Okay, welcome back, guys. In this video, I've just discovered or kind of been doing my research for the last couple of videos, um, because the people behind the harassment, there's a large group, it's a community-based harassment that are working on behalf of the military, and these members belong to a Colvin group. So the Colvin group has been hired by the military to for the harassment, and basically it's a large group, but I've discovered some of the key players that are involved, and also the fronts that they are associated with. Okay, the first one that I'm going to that I've come across is somebody here. Now, this is their organization, their company. It's a fragrance group that they make essential oils. But behind the scenes, they're members of a Colvin group. Now, these people have been introduced. Um, um, they've been introduced finally into my life, so they came into my awareness. However, they've been in the background behind the scenes, and they now okay they've been in the background behind the scenes, but I think maybe for the last couple of years they introduced themselves into my sphere of awareness by showing up. They would move people that would live next door to me who would be connected with this company, which is Magma London, and they are a subsidiary of Ashley and Burwood company, which is also another company. What we can do is we can look up. This is the parent company. Now they sell, it's a fragrance company. Behind the scenes, they are members of a cult, and they're involved in soul harvesting, harvesting people's soul, and which they retain into their companies. So what they'll do is they would infiltrate a person's livelihood. They would infiltrate a person's their creative ideas, and then they would after 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 essentially hijacking a person's creative potential, creative juice. What they'll do is then they harvest that person's soul, which is when a person says soul, is really what we're looking at is a personality. It's a personality. It's an essence. It doesn't, you know, from a biblical point of view, we talk about a soul as being like an essence and something very out there, but on the everyday mundane level, it transforms to a personality, a person's characteristic. You know, what people see and what people feel around a person. That these are things that contain a person's soul. So what they'll do, these individuals, this is the company, this is the parent company that this is the parent company, and the parent company, so if you just look at the iconography of the product symbol, because they're involved in this satanic cult, There these there's a certain law that they have to go by. They have to show who their affiliations are with. They have to show their affiliations and also their the person who they're worshipping. So satanic cults, they worship, you know, they worship Lucifer, Satan. So if you look within the iconography of their products, you will see elements, you know, like you will see you will see like a tribute that will be paid to Lucifer, Satan. Just for an example, we can just have a look here. You see magma rocks. This is loosely based on the volcanic rocks and also the infernal realms of hell. The infernal realms of hell. You know, you'd see fire in the background in the hearth. You know, fire element would be around. So we're going to just have a look again. Okay, this is the parent company. But if you look at the colors, also the color schemes will also first of all, let me not forget all praise and glory to God. You know, God is my light and my salvation. So everything that I do is also a tribute to God. You know, the world that we're living in, you basically have a two-way street. You're either on the God side or you're on the other side, which is the Lucifer side, the Luciferian side. So it's a two-way street. So it's a two opposing forces that are essentially colliding. Now these individuals, they became known. They showed themselves to me, but after they had been involved in like an organized harassment in the background. But eventually, we faced each other, we got to know each other, and as we got to know one another over time, you realize that your ideologies oppose each other. So basically, the point of what I'm trying to make is that the people that will come against you will be people that would have been affiliated with you at some point. Um, Even the so-called strangers are not strangers. We live in a world where there isn't that much separation between us except our beliefs. That, you know, that's the main thing that would separate us. Um, let's see. The color schemes of the satanic world is always going to be red and black. Red and black, which is symbolized their infernal realms. Um, Red and black. These are the schemes. So this is the entity that these individuals worship. Now they have to give tribute. They must give tribute to their the deity that they worship. You know. as here you can see also an individual holding up a pair of trainers, and they're putting it in our face. This one is quite obvious, but usually the tribute is normally subtle. So um, see more iconographies depicting the the fire, the inferno. These are depictions that they're giving tribute to the person that they worship, the person who gives them the person that pays them. Um, the person that pays them. That's who they owe their allegiances to. Now, just to reiterate that behind these companies, what they're doing is they are stealing essentially people's energies and transferring the energies into their companies and then into monetary gain, into um, they're transferring the person's energies. And how they do this is they'll make themselves known in a dream. But normally, what they'll also do is they will also be around the person. So you may have gone to, you may have met them at some point, maybe shared a dinner with this person or something. There would always be a contact that you would have with a member of these individuals. Now, they work in groups, they work in cults, covens, and in this situation, it could be an entire community. It could be an entire community. So behind the community, there's a business venture, and behind the business venture, there's a coven. Behind the coven, there's the military services, because something that I'd like to add is that they have access to um, technology that is not available on the mainstream in the public domain. It's not available. It's unclassified. Now they use these as weapons and also to store the energy that they siphon. So they pass the energy amongst each other, but then the energy also has to go to. If you imagine that there was a pyramid structure, at the top would be where the Luciferian deity would sit. Now, all the energy has to travel back to Lucifer and then it gets transferred into finance, into businesses, into opportunities. However, these opportunities that they are generating are coming from people that the everyday person who they've stolen from. And this type of theft is kind of insidious, and this type of theft is um, this type of theft is kind of like in the movie Inception, when they plant ideas into a person's mind, and then the person goes about their day, and then possibly is met. So basically, it's like a con. It's a con. Like if you've ever felt you've come across an individual like this, that you get the feeling, because also reading in between the lines, if this resonates with you, you will automatically think of the person or an individual that has these characteristics. Now, if you then um, follow up, you will probably find that this individual will be linked to, will be have a connection with a cult or coven, because they're essentially everywhere, and they're essentially everywhere in all parts of the communities, businesses, um, social groups, and normally they're people that you never assume that they're connected with something like this, such as this individual, or these groups of individuals that are connected between this company. This video, I'll be coming back with a part two where I will possibly go into some of the methods of the things that they have, the strategies that they employ. Okay, okay, join me on the next one. Okay, love you all.